surrounded, framed by that necklace. It was so beautiful. So it's a great layering piece.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, fantastic. All right, this is the modern Monarch. We have earrings. We have this stunning necklace. Again, no shrinking violet. If you don't want attention, if you just want to sort of glide through your day without talking to anybody, please do not wear this.
This is this is not for you.
No. Oh my goodness, it is absolutely stunning.
Oh my gosh. Oh, she looks so beautiful. Oh, I just think, and I love it. You know, look at that on your skin. It is absolutely. I mean, oh my good. I hope, Inger, do you do skincare here? Because your skin is gorgeous. Look at how beautiful. Oh my goodness, how stunning are those colors?
So beautiful.
Look at the peach colored cushion cut beads that are all faceted. They're just the most beautiful little hint of apricot or peach. And then the star of the show is that butterfly. And the closer you get, I'm gonna point out the colors that are in this. Oh, wait till you see what's coming. Okay, so girls, you're talking about fuchsia and those beautiful Aurora Borealis colors that are, you know, rose Aurora Borealis, crystal Aurora Borealis, which is the real typical what look like you might see in the sky in the northern lights. And then of course all of those different shades of pinks and peaches and you know, like watermelon colors that take it right back to those beautiful crystal beads. So if butterflies, or you know, mean as much to you as they do to me, and I'm sure Miss Janet, you know, they have such, they are so incredible, inspiring creatures. Oh yeah. You know, to think that how they begin and what happens, and you know, if you are going through a rough patch, or you're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, or you have a friend that is doing exactly that and is making it through, or just needs a little extra something. Yes. I'm telling you, when you put this on with the simplest of outfits, you know, this will brighten up your day. It will brighten up everybody's day. Everybody's day.
I think it does put a smile on other people's faces as well. It's like bringing that sort of sense of hope into the room. Exactly. They're absolutely stunning, brand new for this visit. So you just made these. You've never seen these before, even if you've been a collector for 16 years. These are absolutely stunning. The earrings are available in clip or pierced. And the pierced, by the way, have a great little safety catch as well. So there's nothing to lose with the earrings. If they were easy to lose, then the lifetime warranty that comes with them wouldn't mean quite as much.
It's so true.
You're never going to lose them. They're $59.98, and then that necklace is $179. And the gorgeous crystals and that beautiful design is absolutely stunning. So $36 is interest-free payments to get the necklace home, $12 for the earrings. You may not think that you would wear them together as a suite, but do yourself a favor and get them together. Like how you have it right now, it's just, there's nothing else that you could pair with it that would be just that perfect.
Exactly. You know, and that is exactly true. You know, it's just that lovely little touch on your ear. It really looks as though, you know, those beautiful creatures have just landed on your earlobes in such a way. Oh, Inger, they look so beautiful on you. And girls, when you get it home, you'll feel just equally as beautiful. And of course, the symbolism that goes into a butterfly. We've had so many beautiful callers that, you know, absolutely their sentiment is exactly mine. You know, when I see a butterfly or a dragonfly, I think about the wonderful people in my life that have passed, that are flying by, and you know, it always seems like
a little like, I'm here.
Yes, exactly. It always happens. You know, it always, you know, will happen. You know, if you're going through a rough patch, or if I'm going through a rough patch, you know, I literally, you know, I'll never forget. I was just like, you know, bummed out, and I'm looking out the window, and sure enough, these two dragonflies come flying right in front of me, and I swear